Hi and welcome back to Weeby Kids Yoga. In today's clip we are going to be going over just one posture today. It's known as mountain, standing pose or Tadasana. The reason we are going to be going over just the one posture is because this one posture is often the beginning of many sequences in yoga. To gain an understanding of how active standing can align and utilize all your muscles can give you a real insight to how you hold yourself when you're standing. As always, make sure you're wearing something comfortable to practice in. Make sure you've got a bit of space around you and a bit of time to be able to focus on what this might mean in terms of learning. So, without further ado, let's get onto the mat. So, you might think to yourself, well, surely I don't need to be taught how to stand. But it's amazing. In much of our daily life, many of us are hunched over or are sat at desks typing, looking down, or looking out a window, wishing we were somewhere else. So because of that, a lot of times our posture becomes quite misaligned and we become quite bent over. Tadasana can bring a little bit of awareness to how we are sitting or standing and just help us in our everyday lives. We're going to begin by standing. Just want you to just hold yourself just naturally, how you would normally stand. And I just want you to mentally run your mind from your feet all the way up through your body, just to notice where everything is. Just notice that. Take a moment. Okay, now we are going to be moving ever so slightly. And we're going to be considering where we place our weight. Just think for a second, where is the weight of your hips and your shoulders over your feet at this point? So what I want us to do is first of all put ourselves so that our feet are hip width apart, approximately. Now traditionally they'll tell you in yogas usually to put your feet close together. Some people may find that a little bit uncomfortable. Just remember to go with what's best for you. I always find that personally, for my hip width, I find it a little bit more comfortable to have my feet slightly apart, but it's an individual thing. Everybody's hip widths are different. Go with what feels right for you. So you're just going to wriggle those toes. That's it, up and down. And then you're just going to rock and roll backwards and forwards. Okay, so I just do this on the side so you can see two. Backwards and forwards. So I'm just running the weight back and forth across my feet, waking up all those structures inside my feet. Okay? Right. Now then, once I feel settled and I'm happy that my hips feel comfortable, okay, I'm just going to now spread as wide as I can my toes and just place those down and notice where I'm at. So, next, I am going to consider my knees. I do want you to gently bounce your knees, just so they feel comfortable. I do on the side, just see what I'm doing there. Just a very gentle bounce through the knees, just to let those knees loosen up a little bit. Okay, and then to straighten. Now what we don't need to do is, push those knees back, because as you'll notice, as soon as I do that, I do something with my spine, which is I arch my spine. Okay, it's also very, very bad for your knees. So you're just going to gently, I just need to bounce again, just going to gently bring those knees into a position where you can feel the kneecap, okay, you can feel that kneecap holding the posture, but it's not tight and it's not bent. Okay, it's just that in-between gentle positioning. Moving ourselves further up the body again, we come to our hips. I want you just to imagine you are just lifting up out of your hips a little bit. Okay, it's amazing how, especially if you sleep on your side, we kind of crush into the sides of our hips. And sometimes from sitting on sofas. So just lifting up out of our hips. Okay, by lifting up around here. Okay. Next, we are just going to imagine our stomachs are just gently pulling in, perhaps 10%. Doing this just gently tips the lower spine. So if I show you again on the side there, and line up, it's just a gentle pull of the stomach and just that gentle tucking that is created by pulling on the stomach. If I were to tuck my buttocks under, I am forcing my knees forward and pulling my stomach in. That's too much. So it's just a gentle 10%. This is just a gentle tuck there of the lower spine and the buttocks. Moving again up, we're gonna lift out of the waist now. Okay, so we have our feet actively holding, our knees gentle, lifted out of hips. We have a slight tuck. We are lifting again out of the waist. Okay, we're gonna then move ourselves up, use your hands here, up onto your shoulders to open up the shoulders. Okay, so we're gonna say, I love myself. So a lovely one I learned through dancing many years ago, and I still hold to it. It's such an important phrase. So we're just gonna release our arms way to the sides, knowing now that our shoulders are lined up. Okay? We know that our shoulders are lined up because the blades have now slightly flattened down the spine. And then I want you to imagine you've got a balloon tied to the top of your head, and it's just lifting out through the neck, up through your head. Now, I don't want it to lift my chin up. Oh, no, that would be too far. So if I show that on the side, if I were to be lifting my chin, that's too far. I just wanted to imagine it's pulling through this area here. So it's lengthening up through the back of the neck. And so it's not pulling the chin too far forwards, but I'm not pushing the chin in either. Okay? So it's that just gentle part way. And that, everybody, is mountain pose. That is our standing posture that we often start a lot of our vinyasas, a lot of the flows, a lot of the positions from. And as you can see, and probably feel, it's actually quite an active position because you are placing your muscles in very different places to that where they have been if they've been sitting on a sofa or in front of the computer. Okay? And just we're going to shake everything out afterwards. Oh. Not everybody is as mobile as I am. And this is to let you know that yoga can still be for you, or you could even use this at work at your computer desk. Here I've just taken a standard chair and I am going to sit at this chair. Now, if I sit comfortably, my feet are a little bit off the ground because I'm quite short. You can use a block or a book, anything that you have to hand that allows your feet to sit comfortably at a nice 90-degree angle. Again, as for Tadasana, which is the standing posture we are looking at, this is just a chair version, you need to be able to have your feet comfortably apart. You can still lift and stretch those toes and feel where the weight is running through the feet. See, the line is then straight back into the hips. In the same way, you just need to imagine lifting out of the hips, lifting up out the waist, an ever so slight stomach 10%, straightening and aligning your spine. Same way again, you're going to lift the hands up and out to the shoulders, which as you can see on the side there, straightens down the spine, my shoulder blades. I'm going to try, I love myself, and releasing my arms at the side. Imagining that balloon now pulling up through the top of my head. Take a few breaths. This is active sitting pose. Do this if you're stuck at your desk for hours, and it will truly help with your neck and your spine. There we go. And then just shake everything out. Okay, and there we have it. A simple posture that can be done throughout your day, seated or standing. Take it forward, have fun with it, and enjoy being a mountain. Take care. Bye from Weeby Kids.